Yeah, I feel good. Coming back from an injury is always a tough thing to get back into the mix of things, but I'm feeling healthy and ready to go.
How do you kind of handle, the team doing well, but being on the bench and knowing that, you're a mainstay kind of starter, have fought to be that way, but, the team getting successful with you out, do you get anxious or anything like that as far as?
It's a team sport. I mean, we're all on the same objective. We all want the same objective to win games and to ultimately have a good positioning to go into playoffs. And so, whether I'm on the field or off the field, I'm supporting my team, and we're looking to win games, and that's the most important thing.
Objectively, what are you seeing from Kalani on the field? His skills, what you think he might be able to get better at?
Yeah, he's done well. He has that energy and the athleticism, especially for someone his size. He keeps up with people that are maybe more athletic and stronger. But he's done well. He's linking up with players, and defensively, he's done a good job in terms of keeping clean sheets. I mean, the last few games we got clean sheets.
Does he come to you at all for just elder statesman advice of how can I get better, this, that?
I've approached him a few times on things that I've noticed that sometimes when I was learning this position, I was struggling with, and so sometimes I've noticed things, and I do give him my 2 cents, but he hasn't reached out yet, but hopefully he does.
What have you made of Danny Musovski's performance? 3 goals in 3 consecutive games.
Yeah, I mean, Danny is a talented forward. He's a poacher. He's exactly the type of 9 that is looking to crash the box and just get that easy tap-in goal, and so he's done really well. But also, I'd like to credit his hold-up play. He's done well in terms of holding up the ball back to goal, and so hopefully he keeps this momentum going as we'll need him in the next stretch of games.
You've always clawed and earned every minute that you've gotten from the very beginning. Does it make you more confident that now you got this positional battle because you've been there, done that, or how do you approach it?
I'm looking to compete every day that I come out here, and so I've done that for the last few years. I've come out and like you said, fought for this position, and so I'm just looking out to come out here and compete, and again make the training environment and the games very highly competitive, so that way we can continue to win games.
Do you ever look back at how far you have come, as far as making that transition?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's career is different, and so certainly sometimes I take a second to look back at where I've come, from, and being able to play a different position, and then now transitioning to a different position, and basically making that my sole position now. And so sometimes you think about it, but at the same time we're still continuing to try to improve and hopefully get better every day.
What would be the thing that you found that was the hardest part for you in terms of transition? Like if you are looking back, like, wow, that was a tough part and I made it through. Yeah,
I mean, all my life I've played one position, and so to learn a whole new position, it was certainly a challenge, but I was always willing to learn and try to get better at it every day. And so and like I said, I'm not an expert at that position, so I'm still learning, still trying to get better, and I continue to try to use that viewpoint every day.
Fitness wise, I mean, where are you at? Game rhythm wise as well?
Yeah, it's still I still believe I'm fit enough to finish off a 90, and obviously taking an injury is not easy in terms of fitness, but I feel good, I feel healthy, and so looking forward to this weekend. Does
Brian and the coaching staff come talk to you about how things are going, or they just kind of let you and Kalani kind of figure out how things play out?
It's a mixture of both. Sometimes they come up and try to say their 2 cents, and sometimes they know we're all adults and we come out here and do our job. So, it's a mixture of both. And like I said, going out here is always a blessing to go out and train. And so looking forward to the rest of this week.
How did you sustain your injury?
It was a match against San Diego. Just had a pass, I think, maybe struck it a little too hard, and then felt a little bit of a muscle tweak. I pulled myself out just to not make it worse, especially with the amount of injuries we've had. I thought it was the right decision, and it ended up being the right decision. Only was out for a week, so that was the good thing about it.
Steph is set to reach 400 appearances across all competitions on Saturday. What do you think that milestone says about him as a player?
It's a great achievement, first and foremost, but it just goes to show type of person and player he is and the career he's had. He's a leader on this team. It just goes to show, when you really focus on what you want to accomplish as a player and for your career, you could go great lengths. And he's had a tremendous career, and we still have plans for him to really help us the rest of this year and hopefully in the future. So, yeah, really big achievement on his end.
How's fatherhood?
Fatherhood is amazing. It's a blessing to see him grow. He's almost about 2 months now, and so every day brings its new challenges, but it's always a blessing to see him.
Are they him and a cousin? Are they what are they like together?
We'll get them together every now and then, and Mia is a little bit older, and I already know she's going to be a bully to him.
Obed Vargas has reached 100 matches at his age. Is that impressive? And what have you seen from him over his time here?
Yeah, it's really impressive for his age to be able to achieve that. He's a talented player with a combination of talent, but also hard work. When he's out here, he's always the highlight of our practices. He practices like he plays, and so it's a testament to him. And he has big plans ahead for his career, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Going back to
Last couple guys.
Going back to the positional stuff, I know they're similar, but the right wing back in the 3-4-3 versus the right back in the 4-2-3-1. Do you prefer one another? Do you think your skills are better in one over the other?
Well, nothing really changes offensively, but for the most part, the big change is defensively. It's just having in a 4-back, it's just a little bit less coverage without another center back in the mix. So when you're going forward, just being aware positionally of where people are at in terms of the transition. If I go forward, the pivot's got to be aware of that and make sure that they slide a little bit to the right side to provide some cover. So that's kind of the main difference. But we're working on trying to limit opportunities for other teams, especially if we turn into a different formation. So we're looking at making sure that those things are cohesive.
So do you prefer one or the other?
I mean, I've played both, so there's not really a preference for me. It's just what the coaches want to do.
I'm going to sneak one in. As far as talking about a person who plays like they practice, Pedro and his hitting, does he hit the ball the hardest of all of y'all in the on the team?
And does he hit the ball the hardest? I mean, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's people that have a harder shot, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah,
okay.
Possibly. We'll see.
This sounds really...
Ryan can't just...
Ryan can't just...
Ryan can't.
Actually, you know what? Right, you're right.
He has a good shot. Yeah, of course.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
We'll get Obed in here.
Yeah, go ahead. Obed, obviously, you just reached 100 games with the team. Just your thought on what's been your trajectory with the Sounders.
Yeah, it's crazy to say 100 games. I kind of just went at it day by day, and yeah, there's been a lot of games. I think starting 16, 17, 18. I think the most I've tried to do is learn from the coaches, learn from my teammates, try and get better every game. Evolve my game as well. The game is now for me slowed down a bit. When you first come up, it's pretty fast. But yeah, just live day by day, go one game at a time, and that's what I've been doing.
What would you say is the greatest moment of your time with the Sounders, those 100 games in general?
Greatest moment? I think obviously winning Champions League was the greatest moment for me, and not just for me, but the club as well. Being a part of that was crazy. And then I think just the last season that we had, where I was kind of become a bigger role in the team. That game against LAFC, just helping the team get far. But I don't look back, I try to look forward. So we have a lot more games to go.
Can you talk a little bit more about, like you said, the game feels like it's slowed down for you.
Mm-hmm.
Can you talk a little bit more about that? Like, how so?
I feel like the first time you go up to a different level, the guys are quicker, they think quicker, and you're kind of still in that academy or second team kind of mindset where the guys don't react as quick. They might take 2 extra touches to do something, and that's what I'm talking about when I say it's slowed down, where now my mind is thinking faster, and so everything else feels slower.
What's the number one thing you think you need to continue to work to get better at?
I have a lot of things I have to work on. I try now to really focus on my offensive part, obviously not forgetting all the defensive aspects of my game, because I think I can give a lot. But like I've been saying I've been trying to work on my final pass, my final shot, and just helping the team that way.
Looking back at Colorado, what are your overall takeaways watching the film of that 1-1 game?
Yeah, it was a very tough game. I don't think we were at our best in any phase of the game. Defensively, I think we were a little bit, I wouldn't say lazy, but expansive sometimes. We didn't check our shoulders. Maybe it was a lack of vision, lack of awareness behind us, and they were able to slip too many passes. Offensively, I thought we were way too rushed the whole game. We always try to go forward. As soon as we got the ball forward, we want to play a final pass, and we would lose it or give the ball away. And when you make a game so transitional like that, for Colorado, that was perfect for them. That's what they wanted. They wanted to boot the ball up and battle for seconds. They had a big 9 and kind of played into their hands in the second half. So we have to look back at that and not do that again against St. Louis because they play similar as well.
Do you feel like, as somebody who's now had 100 appearances, that you can kind of step up as a leader on the team and kind of say those things in a room or say those things?
Yeah, 100%. I think, putting to the side my age or anything like that, I think I've been here long enough. I play enough games where the guys respect me. I know, the guys will hear me out when I talk. I'm not very, vocal sometimes, but that's also another part that I try to work on as well, becoming a leader, because essentially it helps, to have players on the field that talk, and it doesn't matter how old they are, but that know what's going on and can address the team.
How was playing against Josh? You talked to him afterwards. What was that like? Anything that kind of stands out?
It kind of felt like a training game sometimes because, here we play against each other a lot, and he would be breathing down my neck. And I remember, I was joking with him after the game. I was telling him he should have taken the free kick. Maybe they wouldn't have scored. So, just like that. Josh is a great player. He runs a lot. When you play against him, you realize how much he runs. He's always tight on you, always. Especially on me, I think he did it on purpose. He made it hard, but it was great to see him.
Is it also like with him, I know he didn't necessarily want to leave. Do you kind of see like him being able to grow into being there and see the benefits of it? Yeah,
I think for him, maybe at first, like he said, it was a bit of a surprise, but now where he's been there a long time, he's played almost every game for them. He sees like it was the right choice, the right decision, and he's become a crucial part of their team. I know he was hard to get minutes, so I'm just happy for him. He's going to keep developing.
Danny Musovski, 3 goals in 3 consecutive games. What have you made of his recent performances, and what do you look to see from him in the future?
Yeah, he's just a poacher. He just scores goals, right place at the right time. He listens to the coach. Coach tells him to go front post. He goes front post. He gets his goals. I think that's what we can expect from him. Just keep scoring goals, being in a fox in the box, and his job is to score goals. He's doing it right now, so just keep doing it.
St. Louis is one of the teams that holds the balls, possesses the least in MLS, and they're second in. They don't need the ball. They're going to play very deep. What is it that, from your position and as a team, you guys can do to break a team like St. Louis?
Yeah, I think shots from distance, get those guys to come out early, take a few shots, and it forces them to step out to the ball. Then we can do combinations. But I think we just don't need to be rushed like we were last game. Even here in training, sometimes we get the ball forward and want to immediately score, and maybe it's not the first run or the first pass that we need to make, and make them move a couple times before we try and go for it. But yeah, they will sit back. Looks like they don't like having the ball, so we'll see.